show. Well, I think Team Awesome is awesome when you're in a state. Tune in to Team Awesome.
Yeah. I almost fell down.
Almost. Not quite.
And I messed up everything. Uh-oh. Oh, God. Oh, no.
Oh, boy.
They don't know what we're dealing with on this end.
No.
It's nothing but exposed wires. That's all we're dealing with. It's where the lighting is coming from. It's just open, exposed wiring. It's very dangerous. It's sparking. Hey, how are you?
Sup?
Okay, don't answer. That's rude. M&V here. Team A. Why wouldn't... I was just asking how they are.
I don't know.
Anyway, now that it's awkward and you did that, not us. Sorry. I have to be nicer. We do reactions. We also have a podcast where we talk about movies. We make our own films. We do the sequels that you want to see, but you never will. And we talk about those. What else do we do?
Yeah, and specifically since it's October...
Halloween is upon us.
We have a bunch of spoopy stuff in the works.
Yes,
so.
we have a whole series of paranormal segments coming up every Friday on the YouTube channel. Sorry, YouTube channel. That's whatever. Those will come up whenever they feel like dropping a trailer. But the podcast every Friday will have stuff, and if we don't, we'll double up the next Friday. Oh, man. Why am I saying that? It's like lining me up for... Anyway, to the reaction.
Yeah.
Oh, man. This is X-Men Dark Phoenix. This is the latest chapter in the X-Men saga. We kind of got a taste of Dark Phoenix in the previous X-Men. You didn't see it, did you?
Nope.
Then you'll be a good gauge for this because you can give us an honest opinion as an outsider of everything that's going on now. Sorry. You can give us an honest opinion.
Okay.
And I am a nerd, so I will give you my nerdy, clearly fanboy opinion. So let's get to it. 3, 2, description has the links below. 3, 2.
Fun.
You think you can fix me?
Jean, you are not broken.
McAvoy?
The mind is a fragile thing. Takes only the slightest tap to tip it in the wrong direction.
Charles, what did you do?
I had to keep her stable. I protected her.
From the truth? There's another word for that.
Jayla.
I came looking for answers.
You feel like you don't belong here. You don't. They can't begin to comprehend what you are.
She's changing.
And what?
You didn't come here looking for answers. You came here looking for permission. Jean.
No way. Oh, boy.
Oh, no.
Oh, boy.
She's all rage.
Oh.
Pain. And it's all coming out at once. Jean lost control, but she's still our friend. This is your fault, Charles.
Oh, boy.
The world is on the brink. I'm sorry I didn't stop it sooner. You're always sorry, Charles. And there's always a speech.
Oh,
and nobody
man.
cares. There's still hope. Don't do this.
Whoa.
They're right to fear me.
I've seen evil,
Cool.
and I'm looking at it now.
Oh, man. Dope. February 14th? Wow, okay. February 14th. Okay. Wow. I'm not going to lie. Before, I wasn't excited about this. Before. Now, I'm okay. Yeah. I'm like, they're selling me on this whole idea. I mean, they kind of built up Dark Phoenix back in the day with the original cast. They never really kind of went through on it. They kind of followed up on it, and I think the third one, but they didn't do the whole saga of the Dark Phoenix. It looks like they're going to do Dark Phoenix, and she's going to go dark, and it's in the comic series. That was rough. The last X-Men was a bit more bright and upbeat, even though it was apocalypse. It was the end of the world. It was kind of an upbeat end of the world. It was like a lighthearted end of the world, I guess, with apocalypse. Great film. Loved it. This looks like a much. I mean, for Dark Phoenix, it's dark in the title. It has to be dark because this is the darkest part of a psychic, telekinetic person who just all of the darkness of like all of the energy that she can tap into is like it's finding her and channeling itself through her, basically. Kind of like Dark Side of the Force, if you will. It's kind of like a Sith Jedi thing. It's like the Sith are trying to mess up her abilities and use her, and it's working.
Yeah. I honestly feel like with a lot of the X-Men movies, to an extent, you don't need to see, like, seeing the first few is important, but after that, you don't really need to see all the movies to understand what's going on.
Yeah, that's a good point. They're kind of like case by case.
But because I know who Jean Grey is in the future, based on the original movies, she was always a really interesting character, and I love the actress that portrayed her. I can never remember her name.
Femke Jensen.
Yes, Femke
Jensen.
And I love Sophie Turner. Game of Thrones. Not sure if you're familiar.
Sophie Turner. No. I know she's in Game of Thrones.
Yeah, she's in Game of Thrones.
Because people tell me that, and I don't know. Oh, I should be quiet about that.
And
I don't Game of Thrones. I said it. I don't Game of Thrones. I'm sorry. I tried. It's hard. It's a whole thing. I'm sorry. Don't say anything.
Something that I found really interesting is that I've noticed movies are doing recently is they kind of talk about that gray area that good and evil isn't always black and white. Like it seems like they're portraying it as, even though there was a sense of no control kind of in the how she turned out. Yeah. It seems like ultimately it was because Xavier was being too controlling, trying to protect her, which ended up pushing both her and Magneto away.
Do you think it made her more rebellious and wanting to get away from that control, which pushed her towards that darkness?
I think it made her more rebellious in wanting to get away from him.
I mean, the movie will obviously explain, but like our interpretation, we're already looking at. I mean, like with superheroes, you usually get like this big spectacle and everything, big like action set pieces and big crazy. And with X-Men, you always get that, but with X-Men, you always get a little bit extra. You got that family thing, and not just like a regular family, but like an adoptive family. Like like everyone has a second family, kind of like it's the family that you surround yourself with, and then you have your birth family. So it's like X-Men kind of represents that, and sort of having that breakdown within the family unit, I guess. Yeah. So when I look at that, I go, I love that this is a superhero movie that's like, hey, we will have big action, there will be big set piece stuff, but this is real, and this is going to be sad, and it's going to be about, basically, to me, it seems like it's sort of an allegory for addiction. Maybe she's like, because you see her in an alleyway. She's literally in an alleyway, like by a trash can, going, looking at her hands and crying. It's like an addict. She's almost like addicted to this dark power, which is an interesting storyline. I'm very curious.
I'm going to go ahead and assume that that's one of the times she killed someone with her powers.
Probably the first, maybe not the first, but like where she just let it go. And it happened. And that's, it's a sort of interesting thing that you think about the darkness within yourself even, and the darkness within your friends, and whether or not they're in control of it, and if you can help them or trust them or how you can save them. And it's a really interesting thing to think about nowadays, which is it's very fitting. When I heard about Dark Phoenix initially, I was like, well, I don't know if they gave enough setup, but now I feel like they've given you don't need enough setup to tell a story about someone falling through like addiction and going to the dark side, because it happens randomly. Yeah. And you can't really predict it. So that makes it, I think, more effective in telling the story, because in that sense, if it's sort of like falling to darkness, it's like, whoa, it's like that happens like harsh and fast and random. And yeah, it's a slow build, but you can't tell unless you're paying attention. And then this will make you go back. Now I'm going to go back and see like her performance in the last few movies and see if she kind of was showing that, and seeing if we were kind of building up to that. Now I'm curious. So it kind of like weaves it all together in a cool way. At least that's how I'm looking at it. What do you think? Sorry, I'm going on at length in my
I'm excited for it. Yeah, I'm definitely excited for it. The cast is great.
Absolutely. Fassbender, yes, all of them. J-Law, I'm glad they're all coming back and that they're all sticking to it.
I'm still waiting for New Mutants.
Oh, yeah, we want that horror movie, New Mutants. We want the dark New Mutant, but we still want this. We
do still want this.
We want both, but it's just, we gotta wait.
But come on, you teased us with New Mutants like 8 months ago.
Almost 2 years ago. It's like 5 years ago you gave us that New Mutants trailer. We've been waiting ever since. You've been delayed.
Man.
Look, I get it. You got to reshoot stuff. You're going to make it even more spectacular or spooktacular. Hey, Whatever. You're a fox. You do your thing. We support it. But I guess that's gonna doozer. Let's wrap it up with our rating. I have 5 J-Laws. Or J-Laws.
Okay. I'm gonna say, only because X-Men movies over the years have gone up and down,
Right.
I'm gonna say a hesitantly excited 4.
Hesitantly excited for. What's the hesitation?
Because X-Men movies have gone up and down.
Ah, I see. So there's like hit or miss sometimes
Comes
for
to
you personally.
acclaim, yeah.
I hear you.
Mhm.
Yeah, it depends on the X-Men movie. I'm not going to name names, but we know the ones. Yeah, we know the ones. So out of 5 J-Laws,
Mhm.
right, I'm giving this, I'm way more excited than I thought I would be. And it seems like they're like Days of Future Past. They're going dark with like Days of Future Past went dark, and I loved that. And
Mhm.
it seems like they're going to do that kind of thing with this cast. And I'm like, yes, great. That's X-Men needs to be in that world. It's a very dramatic, family-oriented like soap opera world. Yes, it's got to go dark. Young and the Restless, make it happen. X-Men, Young and the Restless, I love it. That's what sets it apart from the other ones, is that it's heavy on the drama and heavy on that. And then the action happens, and it's even more dramatic action because you've got that element. Sorry, blah, blah, blah. So for me, it's 4.5.
Nice.
Legit 4.5. The only reason why it's not a full-on 5 is because I'm caught off guard by it.
Yeah.
I'm pleasantly caught off guard, though, so that's why it's a 4.5. Good stuff. Descriptions, links below. Thanks for your life and your living your life and your time on the planet.
Happy birthday to somebody.
Yeah, happy birthday to you, if it's that day. And if not, happy unbirthday. Future.
Weird. Not
happy
unbirthday.
birthdays to all. God, why do you have to bring the birthday? You messed me up. You said birthday, and now I'm thinking mine's coming up, and I'm getting old, and that sucks, and this is like a really rough time. It's your fault. It's your fault. Descriptions, links below.
Bye.
Every time. She hits me. She hits me.
This has been Team Awesome. Team Awesome. What a fun experience. Well, you know we do it to you so right. Awesome. Here at Team Awesome Inc. Wink, wink. Shut up. Yeah.